Welcome to another Oregon and coastal California eBay rock hunt. I never get tired of these beautiful river and beach cobbles of so many different, unique rocks and minerals. This time including vivid green serpentines, a 20-pound porphyritic basalt loaded with agate-filled vesicles, a large brecciated rhyolite with quartz inclusions, and, as usual, a few of Adam's extra surprise pieces for us to enjoy. YouTube tells me that my channel just passed the threshold to qualify for a few extra perks, one of which is posting a direct link to Adam's store, which I will try to do at the end. I just had to slow down the speed here so that you can savor with me the excitement of unwrapping such a nice big rock. I am always asking Adam to find bigger pieces for me, and this time he really came through. Just look at this awesome selection of goodies we have today. I still can't get over the size and quality of this big one. We'll start out with these small, unexpected surprises I found in the boxes, and this rhyolite with chalcedony and common opal from Oregon's Thomas Creek. I like how there is just one tiny patch of the softer rhyolite that hasn't eroded yet. Next, we have this unique travertine onyx nodule from Santa Barbara County, California. It appears that these are chert or jasper nodules that form within the travertines of the area. I will ask Adam if these are related to the beautiful Jalama travertines we have seen in earlier videos. Of course, Oregon is famous for its agates. Well, here is a perfect example of agates in their host rock. This basalt with an agate perched right on the end comes to us from Rock Creek Beach, and its position on the rock enables us to clearly appreciate the agate's beauty and translucency. This piece has awesome value as a geological specimen of our beloved agate's volcanic origin. Be sure to watch the Oregon Beach and River Rock slideshow to see hundreds more of Adam's best agates and his other stunning beach and river treasures from Oregon and California. Mystery Stone from Oregon. Adam, if you remember where you found this, please try and find its much bigger brother, as this appears to be yet another amazing display of basalt containing unique inclusions. I see what is clearly a fracture pattern that has been filled with a dark green mineral, and that followed by the final infilling of quartz. The hardness of the vein material is made clear by the open vein exposed on the surface without having been eroded. The dark green reminds me of the green rind we so often see on the well-known amethyst geodes and cathedrals imported from Brazil, which, to my knowledge, are also found in the remnants of an eroded vesicular lava flow. I'm not sure if there is any direct mineralogical connection between the presence of this green lining and the possibility of finding amazing quartz cavities, but I can't help but imagine what larger pieces of this might contain. Here is another example of the rhyolite from Thomas Creek, this one containing a beautiful crystalline quartz-filled cavity. We round out today's freebies with one that was not labeled, but that I am pretty sure is a piece of Jalama travertine from Central California. I'm hoping to do a full-length video on this material and the legally protected cliff faces that the travertine cobbles are likely eroding from, with hopes of possible on-site images and video clips from Adam next time he visits the site. Be sure to stay tuned for that one. Well, we could have ended the video here, and we've already seen some amazing pieces, but let's move on now to the rocks that I actually ordered, starting with this nice rhyolite cobble with quartz pockets and at least one really unique vein, which is lined with eroded crystals. I believe that this was collected in the Rogue River, and it weighs about 4 pounds. Despite the huge vein, the rock is definitely solid and has withstood the eons of battering by the river. It is a very attractive addition to the display. This next batch of rich green serpentinite from the Oregon Coast Range is a bulk rate box that Adam had for sale, and I bought it because he had thrown one in the last order as a freebie, and I love that piece, so I just had to have some more. Serpentinite forms from the metamorphism of ultramafic rocks, and particularly old seafloor basalts. My research indicated that the rock also produces very specific soil conditions with an overabundance of heavy metals in which only a select community of plants can inhabit. I have read that the rock is often waxy in appearance and feels kind of like soap or wax, which is definitely true. In several of these, there are very clear examples of what is known as slicken sides, the striated parallel lines on a polished surface, and this is caused by the rock sliding along a fault and the surface becoming grooved and polished by the opposing rock surface. Remember that the geology of that area is predominated by thrust faulting and the subduction of the oceanic plate under the continent, and a massive amount of jumbled, folded, and faulted rock piling up into mountain ranges as a result. Okay, now let's talk about this beautiful 20-pounder. I believe it's from the Rogue River. Adam, please correct me if I'm wrong about that. What makes it unique is that not only does it have an abundance of miniature agates, some of them being geodes with tiny crystals in them, but also it has an abundance of radiating clusters of feldspar needles, provoking the common name flower stone. I tried to film the rock moving around its radius to highlight how the agates protrude slightly from the stone because of their hardness, and also to capture the sparkle of the feldspars in the sunlight. The rock dries quickly after I spray it with water, implying that it is solid and does not absorb water, which means it should resist frost better than some flower stones from Oregon that are much more porous. Well, thank you all for sticking with me, and I hope that you have enjoyed this sampling of Oregon's amazing rocks. Here we are seeing them in their new home. I look forward, as always, to your comments, and by all means, spread the word about my channel if you find it meaningful to you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.